Hi everybody, and welcome to number 7 in the series, SAB's 81-day drop-in creativity challenge. What will you create today is what I'm asking you. I'm outside. Let me see if I can show you. I'm outside by my little lake. I'll probably be outside by my little lake quite a lot actually, because it's the nearest place and it's the most beautiful place that I come to. So it's looking pretty much like it was yesterday, nice and sunny. And I was thinking, wow, day 7 already. That's a week, that is. And one of my objectives in doing these things is to notice the days going by, to notice time passing. And yes, to encourage myself to be more creative, to encourage you to be more creative. But that's not just a thing in itself. It's to realize that our days are limited. And, you know, a day doesn't seem very long. 24 hours, something like that, in France where I live anyway. But that's a lot of hours, you know, that's lots and lots of hours. And 7 of those days have just gone by, bam, since I thought of doing this for the first time, which is quite crazy, don't you think? I had this idea 7 days ago. You know what? I think I'll do a crazy video series, a video every day for 81 days, encouraging people to be creative and contribute their stuff. In the comments, contribute a picture or a poem or anything you've created, and I'll read it out or I'll show it. And that was 7 days ago, and pretty soon it'll be 9 days, which you might think, so what? But this thing is based on 9 times 9, my favorite number, 9. And pretty soon it'll be 9 times 9 days. 81 days will have gone by, and I'll be 81 days older, 81 days closer to the end. And what will I have to show for it? Well, I'll have 81 of these little videos for what that's worth. I'll have shared creativity 81 days in a row. And I'll actually maybe have inspired some of you to be creative for a few days. So that's I don't know what that is, but it's just my thinking, you know, especially with Thomas, who I'm going to show a picture of Thomas's picture in a minute. I'll show it now. And he was musing because it was his birthday, and birthdays tend to do that to us, don't they? We sort of think, what's going on? Where? Here it is. And it's a very sort of low-key, moody picture of lilies of the valley, and he was appreciating those, but he was also, you know, wondering about what's going on, what's life about, am I happy, am I sad, and all that sort of stuff. And I think the same things. And my conclusion is just I've got this kind of thing where it's between appreciating today for what it is and hoping tomorrow will be better. But the problem is, a lot of people, they spend all their todays trying to make better tomorrows, whilst forgetting that today is, yes, stick with me here, whilst forgetting that today is yesterday's tomorrow. Therefore, if we tried to make, this is going to get good. In the past, if we tried to make better tomorrows, then this should be it. We should be living it. We should be in sort of seventh heaven, ecstasy, having a great time. But if we're actually still planning for better tomorrows, there's something has gone wrong with the system. Something's gone kind of wrong here. Seems to be some mistake. So I'm really trying to appreciate every day for what it is. Appreciate the birds singing. They stopped just as soon as I did. That's a bird singing. Appreciate the light shining on the lake. The trees about to burst into, what do they burst into? Flower? Bud? Leaf? I don't know. The sun shining through the reeds. Where are those reeds? Come here. There they are. And just appreciate what's going on now. So I'm going to give you a little bit of, what did I do with it? It's mindfulness moment. Here we are. So today I'm going to read from another one of these. It's one I haven't shown you before. It's called Mindful Thoughts for Stargazers. Find your inner universe. I know it's not sort of stargazing time of the day, but let me read you a little passage from this. From almost the beginning, and it's called The Mystery of What's Up There. By the way, if you want to say hello, you can, and I'll say hello to you at the end. I'll try not to break the incredible flow that I've got going here by saying hello, hello, hello. And if no one's watching, it's a bit embarrassing to say, have I got any comments? No. Okay, well, let's do that. Have I got any comments? Oh, Khadija. Hi, Khadija. Nice to have you here. Beatrice, salut. And someone called Facebook user. Hello. Maybe it's Thomas. Maybe it's, don't know. So I'm going to read from this. Just, a passage. It's called, and this one is The Mystery of What's Up There. And it'll take about a minute, maybe two. I used to think when I was working in astronomy that if we stopped and actually thought about what we were studying, we'd fry our circuits on a daily basis. In other words, just go completely crazy. Just think of the distances, sizes, and timescales involved. The nearest star after the Sun, Alpha Centauri, is 42 trillion kilometers away. A totally inconceivable distance. That's the nearest star after the Sun, 42 trillion kilometers. It takes light almost 4.5 years to travel that far. This is why astronomers call this distance 4.4 light years, 4 being a much easier number to deal with than 42 trillion. Astronomers come up with all sorts of units for distance, time, and energy, just to make them more comprehensible and less mind-bending to work with. I'm reading from this a little bit more. The night sky is as mysterious and awe-inspiring to us modern humans as it has been to any animal that has ever, page turn, that has ever had the capability of looking up and wondering. Do you ever look up and wonder into the sky and just wonder? Not about anything, just wonder. What's going on? What's it all about? When we gaze up at the stars, we are sharing that view with all our ancestors. Imagine an early human out of the savannah, stepping away from the evening fire after a meal of antelope and foraged vegetables, glancing up at the perfectly dark sky and being totally captivated. Black that's blacker than black, spaciousness extending to infinity, and tiny bright sparks dotted everywhere, twinkling silently. Eyes wide, head tilted, and just the sound of his or her own quiet breathing, and the crackling of the fire. And maybe later, once everyone else has gone to sleep, this man or woman's mind starts questioning. What's up there? What are all those bright dots? How far away are they? Is that where we come from? What kind of power or deity keeps it all going? And now they've discovered that even in the atoms that are smaller than things we can see, it's like mini universes as well. It's funny how things repeat, scales repeat, from the most minuscule that we can't even see to so huge we can't even see. So let me show you a bit of my creativity for today. Dorothy, hi Dorothy, nice to see you here. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've been up to. This is to inspire you, and you guys, I want you to inspire me with your creativity as well. So I would like you to create something, could be anything, a photograph, a painting, write some words and share it in the groups. There's the 2 Days a Day group or the Infinite Creativity Now group. And I'm going to this, I didn't have one to show you for today, but this is from a few days ago. This is my son. He's got quite long hair at the moment. And it's in Paris, near his favourite thing, the abandoned railway that used to run all the way around Paris. And this is an electricity junction box, and there's a heart on it, and that's my boy. And I'm going to dare a bit of poetry for you. Actually, I wasn't going to do this, but I have to read it off this tiny screen. And it's called Duty Calls. Little boy blue, come blow your whistle. Trains in the station, wheel deep in thistle. Where is that boy who minds the points? Ghost trains trundle as he rests his joints. Hard work for my best boy indeed. He's my sole controller, makes my heart bleed. So that was a little poem that I came out with the other day about my son. He doesn't have many poems from me, if any, so I thought it was about time. This is the one that I haven't written the text for yet. Can you see what that is? Well, it's actually a door handle, a crazy, incredible door handle on a door on a crazy, incredible building, which is supposed to be the monument to the Treaty of Human Rights or something that I think was written in Paris. But in fact, it's got all these mysterious Freemason type things to it, and this is the handle to go inside it. Very, very strange. Haven't written anything to go with that yet. Okay, I'm going to show you a bit of my painting now, where I'm on my paintings. Get ready for this. It's kind of scary. That came from that, you see. So this thing here, I tried to do a crazy sort of self-portrait at the same time as a photograph of where my paintings are. So that's the crazy bit. It looks pretty horrible, doesn't it? Even makes the teeth look pointed. Filed teeth. Oh my God. So that's the crazy guy, and this is the crazy painting. I realized I wanted to put some of this textured stuff on the painting, and I'd forgotten. So I've put it on there, stuck it on. Now I'm painting it white, so it's going to merge in. I just needed one more texture thing. And here's another one. I'm doing this other 81-day project. You know, the reason I recommend 81-day projects, well, it doesn't have to be 81 days, but do a project for a certain number of days in a row. You realize that your life is going by, and you realize that it would be quite cool to do cool things each day. That's the whole point. That's why I do it. To realize that I'm mortal, to realize that I should be doing significant stuff each day. Stuff for myself that I think bringing stuff into being which didn't exist before, that gives me a lot of pleasure. And sharing it gives me the other 50% of the pleasure. And then the third 50% of the pleasure is when people are inspired by my stuff and they create their stuff and share it with me or with other people. So you see, that's like 150% worth of pleasure just by creating something. And did I show you this? Yeah, this is the next one. This went with the heart, and I started scribbling some white stuff on the black background. Don't know what this is really. It's just a sort of doodles and things. There's another one up there in the top left, getting started. I don't know what's going on there either. And let's look at some of your stuff, shall we? Just gonna have a look at. Yeah. So if you want to leave comments, by the way. Oh, hello, Thomas. Nice to see you there, Thomas. I showed one of your pictures earlier. The moody lilies of the valley, and I even talked about our musings about life and death and all that sort of stuff. Dorothy put this in the Today's the Day group, and it's her amazing, beautiful, I don't know if it's silver. When I say it's gold, she says, no, it's silver. But anyway, she created this logo, which I showed you a couple of days ago, and she's put it in the bottom right-hand corner of the painting. So she's started signing her paintings. Well done, Dorothy. I think that's a really good thing to do. Thomas had a comment. He said that he thought the logo was slightly too big. And that's interesting. What do you think? Do you think the logo is too big? Thomas, do you still think that? Dorothy, do you agree? Anyone else? Is the logo too big? So the question is, what's more important, the painting or the logo? And when you look at the painting, what is the thing you see first? The painting? Oh, and look at that logo. Or is it, oh, wow, look at that logo. And what painting is it on? So that's a question you can ask yourself. What do you want to be the most prominent? My opinion, which is worth what it is. I think you know what my opinion is worth. Exactly what you think it is worth. Which could be from a lot to absolutely zero. So my opinion is... It's tricky because in itself, I don't think the logo is too big. But the thing is, the painting is very soft and graded. So it really does stand out because it's the only thing that is sharp. So you might possibly want to make it a tiny bit smaller, but not necessarily, and not necessarily on other pictures either. Because in other pictures with more detail, the logo would be less obvious. And then in the end, you can just leave it and not worry about it at all. I mean, not leave it out. I mean, just leave it as it is, you know, because you can discuss art. You can discuss whether it's okay or not, or you can do your art, get it out there, and then move on to the next piece of art and let other people worry about whether the logo's too big or not. You know, there's a lot of things we can worry about in life, and I'd say that most of them aren't worth it. This one is from Karen in Canada. Karen is someone who gets sent loads of stuff to test. And this apparently is a sort of makeup type kit, which she's been sent to test. And she said, like, there's 4 anti-aging creams, 3 of this, 4 of that. And she's got a few days to test them all. And it's interesting because they've been wrapped up in so that she doesn't know what the brands are. They've got numbers, but she doesn't know what the brands are. So it's supposed to be a completely... I've got the sun shining at me there. That's quite nice. The sun shining behind me, behind my left or right ear. So that's kind of cool, that. Thanks for sharing that. And there's one more I want to show. And that is... No, actually, before I do that, I'll give you a quote. So here's a quote. I've decided to share some quotes with you, series of quotes that I did a few years ago on creativity. General creativity, and another series on business, more businessy. But, you know, they're not necessarily that. So here it is. This is the first one in the business one. But it's for anything, really. It's not really a quote. It just came off the internet, but I found it quite funny. It says, don't try to explain yourself to stupid people. You're not the jackass whisperer, which is funny. If English isn't your first language, you might not know why it's funny, but the horse whisperer whispers in horses' ears, sort of communicating with them, trying to communicate with them. So a jackass is considered a stubborn animal, or a stupid or stubborn person. So don't try to explain yourself to stupid people. You're not the jackass whisperer. So that's okay. It is what it is. If you find it funny, then good. But the point is, I put it in other words. So I try to interpret it in a different way here. And I've sort of toned it down. And I've said, people feel threatened by new ideas. Don't tell them it'll work, show them. So instead of trying to explain to people why this is a good idea, why your latest thing is great or whatever, just get it out there. Just put it out there. Say, this is what I've done recently. Don't even try to explain it or justify it. Just say, I created this today. And then leave it there. And it can live its own life. And I'm just going to finish off by showing you one more series of pictures. And these are from Alison, who is doing my creative, Infinite Creativity Now Masterclass. So we're being more and more creative as the weeks go on. And here's a funny thing. Let me show you these. Well, let me give you the story. She was getting into creativity. She was deciding what her project was going to be. And, but it wasn't totally clear. And as she was waiting for inspiration to strike, she started doing these little sketches every morning. So a little pencil sketch looking out of her window, and she put these colored lines around it. And it was obviously, that wasn't her project. Her project was something much more grand and spectacular and stuff. But the funny thing is, her project has advanced in stops and starts, which is normal for a creative project. But the little sketches she started doing every day are still going. She's still doing them. And now she's got a whole collection of these little sketches, and she doesn't want to stop. And I have this theory that there's a point of no return. It's the point when you've decided to do something every day. You do it. And every day, at the beginning, it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a struggle. Oh, God, I've got to do that again. And then little by little, it becomes part of your daily routine. And there's this tipping point. Bam. And on the other side of that tipping point is that you get annoyed if you haven't done it yet. It's like most people, I reckon, maybe would get up in the middle of the night if they realized that they'd forgotten to go to bed without cleaning their teeth. And it's like that. It's a tipping point. She's got to the point now where she does not want to miss a day. It's become her thing. It's like the unbroken chain. She's made a chain with links. And as soon as she misses a day, the chain will be broken. And that'll be annoying. And that's good, as long as she enjoys doing it, which you do. Once you've crossed over to the point where you'll be annoyed if you haven't done it, that means it's become part of you. It's normal for you. So I'm going to show you what she does. So there you go. That's her first set of 7. She does them 7 on a page, looking out of the same window, although she started to modify it slightly. Lovely little sketches. You know, no pretension there. I don't know if she's studied art or not. I haven't. I just play around. So it looks like she's playing around, getting some lovely little pictures. There's trees there. There's a building that she probably sees if she twists her neck. And there's the next set. There she was experimenting. You see that big blue one in the middle? That one is underneath the others. So she's experimenting with the format. And on this last sheet that she shared, she's experimented by putting a light pinky wash on the background. And we were talking in the Zoom call for the Creativity Masterclass last week. And she said, "Oh, I don't really like it." I don't know if she said she's annoyed, but she was saying, "I don't really like it, that pink wash thing." She said it looks wishy-washy. And I said, well, it is a wash, isn't it? A wash is when there's lots of water and not much ink or paint. And then I said, but now you know you don't like it. Because if she hadn't tried it, she wouldn't know that she didn't like it. Or in trying it, she might think, well, I don't like it completely, but I wonder if it'd be nice in a light blue. So that's taking action. Taking action moves you forward in your productivity and in your ideas too. So that's it. That's quite a long one, wasn't it? I just have to do my word from the sponsors, see if there's any comments. So hello to everyone. I can show you these actually. Let me show you. It makes me look like, so Khadija saying, hey, Facebook user saying, hello. Beatrice is saying, salut Sab, salut. Dorothy is saying, smile, heart glasses. Hello to everyone. The black puzzle pieces looks great. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like them. Beatrice is saying, I think it too, except I've kind of missed what you're saying. Okay, so Thomas is saying about Dorothy's painting, I guess. I would, if I bought the painting, I would prefer it without the logo. But everyone can do what she wanted to do. Yeah. Yuriska, hi Yaru. Bonjour Sab. Hang on, we've got Bea, Thomas. We're getting loads of interaction. It's wonderful. So thank you so much for tuning in. And the last thing I'm going to tell you about is word from the sponsors, and it's what you can join me on next. And you can join me next on this, which is a mastermind, and it's where we get together for 9 weeks in a row. There's no teaching or videos to watch or anything. It's literally we get together for an hour or an hour and a half every week for about 9 weeks. There's a couple of break weeks as well. And we have a powerful mastermind where you get incredible progress on whatever it is you want to progress on. So go here and see if you like the idea. infinitecreativitynow.com/mastermind. infinitecreativitynow.com/mastermind. And I can also tell you that there will be a new photography masterclass coming up soon. If you want to spend 9 amazing weeks with me, developing your smartphone photography and taking fantastic photographs. And I will be doing the Infinite Creativity Now masterclass again soon, in a few weeks after the photography one has started. So if you want to do a crazy creative project with me in amazing company, then you can join me on that as well. But I haven't put the pages up yet for that. So there you go. Enjoy the lake and enjoy the rest of your days. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Bye for now. Yeah, Yaru's saying, very good idea, Sab. I already got the focus on my head. Okay, thanks, Yaru. That's just a little comment there from Yoska. I already got the focus on my head. Not quite sure what you mean there. The focus in your head, maybe? Okay. Okay, bye for now, folks, and have lovely days. It is a lovely day today, isn't it?